Okay, so Wadkin catalogs were numbered. This Wadkin catalog is number 210, and that is in 1929, or it might be less, someone can correct me, but roughly. This is catalog number, it's on the first page, 790. So almost 500 catalogs between 1930s, 1950s. This catalog is 950, but it leaves the hardcover catalogs, and it has one of the biggest things I noticed, other than it not being in a hardcover, is the list of agents, okay? So that is the range, still huge. This is the range, okay? Huge, a multitude of, okay? The agents are huge, every part of the world, okay? So I think this is late 50s, early 60s. It's only 150 catalogs to this one. And you're going to see these types of machines show up. If you're looking for vintage machines, these will be quite plentiful and not worn out yet. You've got the AGS, little slide-on sliders. You've got the one I just picked up, which is the BGS, which is a mini-me of the Wadkin PP, which some thought was the best innovation since the PK, although not by much, really. Then we've got, I'm still surprised that they're selling these big rip saws. Then we've got a little bit bigger of a panel saw, still under that AGS model that morphed into so many saws. Double cut saws, panel saws, radial arm saws are expanded. We've got ones that will now go to 48 inches across, right? But they're still selling the classics, the Wadkin big trenching saws, the stuff that goes with it. Even I'm not sure what that's the model CW, power assisted. It's just a pedal, eh? Everything's fed through a line. Straight, gang saws. This is all bursgreen stuff. This isn't this is all the range of bursgreen fully developed. You can see they've taken over the entire catalog. We're not going to see really any models until you get here to the Wadkin EQ is still being made. And I've heard rumors that was being actually done in the bursgreen factory, that the other stuff was more important. Some interesting additions, a nice little 4-inch molder by Wadkin bursgreens. I had the opportunity to buy one of those. It was so stupid I didn't. Nice little compact molder, great for a cabinet shop. Super simple. Then, it gets into more production machines where we're talking about factory setups where material handling, and Wadkin was actually quite famous for setting up factories and making machines specific functions in a design for the product, which was just us setting up shop. But these classics are still around. We're still manufacturing the tenoners, the double tenoners, automatic feeds. Like these are factory machines, right? Automatic panel saws. So your sheets would come into these saws and the saw would move around. Sort of earliest types. The famous DM mortiser. I'm not sure if it's done reciprocating yet, but these are the other mortisers. This one says it's a Wadkin, but I've never really seen it. It looks maybe just something after that. The mortiser, the MF mortiser, hasn't changed. These are the only two classics I see. I see the Cheryl Sander though. This was for a while. Look at the configurations of all the belts you could get, right? Still got the Wadkin RS, the classic range, right? Even the pattern miller, the WX, right? Milling machinery, sharpening, grinding knives, even grinding tooling. We now got, stack feeding, right? Much more industrialized here. We got conveyor belts holding parts. We've got transfers of 90s for different operations. You've even got a little feeder shooting a pallet full of plywood into the panel saw, the one I showed you. But, flip around returning for straight line rips, all kinds of counters, air assisting. You can see the tables here. And this is, I think, probably around 1960 at the latest.